I don't care what I am doing. If I can, I will call my grandma back. If I notice she's calling, I pick up. If I see that she calls, I call back because my grandma Reed is awesome. She raised me till I was 3, and then I went all the time to go, whoa! Crawl, 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 crawl. And then for like many years as a kid, I went to go visit Grandma and Grandpa up in New York. So, and this is the grandma who was married to my grandpa. No! Who passed recently. That I had gotten the tattoo for. Mamma mia! Papa Pia! Sister got the diarrhea! But yeah, no, my grandma's awesome. What we used to do? We would go out or drive around, and we would find deer, and we would just watch them, or I'd sit there and I'd talk to them. And Grandma's like, they understand you, and like their tail would switch back and forth, and their ears would go all crazy. She had a beautiful garden that was her pride and joy, and I would, screw it! I would help her. Okay, we're gonna balance out this loss of life, this life-eating world. But I would help her out. I'd help her water it, and then like at sunset, we'd go out there and hang out. We'd talk, or she and I would read our books, or because it's New York and it's up in the mountains, they would I wonder if I can glitch this out, go outside, and then come back in. I bet I can. And like we lived in New York up in the mountains, up in Rochester, so the deer would come by, and we'd sit there and we'd watch the deer, or I'd talk to the deer. Yes. There we go. I'm gonna get some lives. That's what I'm gonna do. So yeah. Corazon is what she would call me. Corazon. Mi amor, mi tesoro. Which, for those of you that don't know, is my love and my treasure. Yeah, we would do that. We would just hang out, like, in spots, just enjoying each other's company, and we'd be reading our books. She was someone that definitely enforced my love of reading. She was a hard school teacher, I'll tell you that. Accepted nothing short of excellence. But she would help. Like, I would go and I'd have a report, and, come on! It's always that part. She would, help me out. And I remember I had one book report. Like, she had me literally type it up on her typewriter. And then she would, like, correct it and all that stuff. And she sent me into school, and she's like, I want to see that A. And I was like, I got, like, a C on it or something. And she was pissed. Like, she called up the teacher, and she's like, she took that affront personally. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Give Mario! Come on, buddy! So yeah, my grandma's awesome. She is tiny. She's like a she's like a honey badger, man. Honey badgers don't care. She doesn't back down. It's crazy. Like, you could have like a bodybuilder, and like if he was rude or something, she's gonna chew him out. She did not care. Hey, mine! Dang it! I'm sorry, y'all. This is all repetitive. So, yeah, my grandma's awesome. Like, if I had a date, she'd get me all, like, looking nice, and she'd do my hair, and she'd give me, like, little advice. Grandpa would come over, and he'd put, like, his skunk cologne on me. Come on, Mario, buddy! We gotta get them lives, man! You're making a fool out of me, Mario. You're making a fool. So yeah, still all this time, like, I'll go and visit, and she and I will just hang out, we'll talk. Um, she's from Colombia, South America. Um, and she came here on a student visa. Friggin' Mario! Mario! She came here on a student visa, met my grandpa. That was all she wrote. She didn't speak very much English when she first got here, but grandpa asked her out for a root beer, and the only thing she understood was beer. So she's like this innocent little, like, never kissed a guy, never held hands, like high school / college student, and she's like, oh my god, he wants me to, these American boys. But oh, come, gimme, thank you. I was gonna get up to 6, but after those many failed attempts, I'm just gonna go straight to the snow world. I'll get 6 next time I die if I don't continually screw that up. But yeah, they fell in love, and they lived in Mississippi, and you can bet that due to very open-minded and accepting people, that that went over well. Of course, nobody tells my grandpa to do crap. He does what he wants, when he wants, how he wants. So you better believe he married her, and anybody that gave her any sass got a broken nose. Alright. Don't go off the edge. Don't go off the edge. Don't go. Don't go! Don't go! I just told you not to go! So, yeah, they moved to New York, and they had my dad and my uncles, and, they had my dad and my uncles, and then I was born, and I grew up, half in New York, half in the South. So I got the most interesting of both worlds. Oh God! Every time, every time. And I forgot to get more lives. God, I wish there was someone in the chat who had experience that could tell me what I'm doing wrong. So, yeah. There we go. So yeah, it's my grandma Reed, man. Right now she is in South Carolina. Uh Over in by the coast, over by the beach. And what she likes to do is walk out to the uh walk over down, because she lives over by where like people do golfing and that dang it and that kind of stuff. So she likes to go out walking down past one part where there's like one of those little lakes specifically put there for wrecking balls. And, you know, we got alligators over there, of course. Alligators go hand in hand with golfing, like Happy Gilmore and Rage. So, or Tubbs losing his hand. However you want to do that movie. Mario, I'm a pro player. You're making me look bad. Why doesn't your mustache meet your there we go. Why doesn't your mustache meet your hair? It's different colors. But yeah, she likes to go out there and she'll check out the alligators. Yes, she checks out the alligators. Why? Because she's a honey badger and honey badgers don't care. She used to work for the city, helping people find jobs. And let's just say people would come in and they wouldn't be dressed very right. If anything else, some of them were doing it on purpose to so they didn't have to get jobs. But they would come in and they would not be professionally dressed, and she'd go full honey badger. She would just be like, no. When you come in here, you're gonna be well dressed, you know, no dirty pants, pants pulled up, you know, your hat's gonna be on right, all of that stuff. And they'd be like, yeah, whatever. And she'd be like, and you address me as ma'am. They'd be like, all right. There we go. So, yeah, and then when they would come in and they'd be all dressed night, she'd get them a job. And then she'd get, like, fruit baskets. Like, they would send her gifts, and if they found out that one of their buddies was giving her crap, they'd set him straight, and that person would come in with, like, a fruit basket, just be like, sorry, Mrs. Reed, I was way out of line. How can I help you today? It was amazing. There we go. There we go. We're getting some lives. We're getting some lives. But, yeah, my grandma's awesome. Like, what was really cool was, like, when I would visit them over the summer, they would be like, they went to Costco a lot, and so they go to Costco, and they would get me a packet of, come on, Mario, making me look bad. They would get, like, one of those little big packets of, chocolate pudding, and, like, one of those big old packets of Yoo-Hoos. And they would be like, that's all you got for the summer. That's it. When you are out, you are out. We will not be buying another one. And so that was really cool. Like, I got to have my Yoo-Hoos, but I got to manage it myself. You know, it was like my early days of managing money. So I always really appreciated that. One story I absolutely love to tell is I was out fishing with Grandpa one time. Come on, Mario! Making me look bad. Grandpa and I were out fishing one time, and we caught a turtle that I named Meredith. And so I had her for the summer, and then at like the end of the summer, we took her back to the same lake and put her in there. We let her go free. And then all the time after that, they would just be like, oh, like you should have flown in a day or two earlier. Meredith came in to check on you. And it was so sweet. Like, as a kid, I totally believed it. But, you know, it was just one of those little cool things that I really, you know, looking back, I really appreciated. Like, if I slept in, they would kind of troll me, and they would just be like, oh, if you hadn't gotten up earlier, Meredith was here visiting, you could have said hi to her. So, yeah, Grandma and Grandpa, they got me my dwarf rabbit that I named Speedy Gonzalez. So, yeah, just like a lot of just great, great memories. Grandma was always taking pictures. I got so many awesome pictures. Always taking pictures. You know, I often wonder what else she would have if she had, like, the phones now. Because you would get, like, either those disposable or, like, a roll of film. Kids today don't understand that struggle. You had to be, like, super specific with what you took and what you took pictures of. Alright, one more life. So, what I want to do is get a tattoo of a honey badger. Maybe, like, see if I can put, like, a little ferret in there. Like her protecting the ferret, or the ferret on her back, or maybe them cuddling or something. I don't know. It'll be up to the tattoo artist. But have it over my heart. So I've got my grandpa on my right arm, and then I'm going to have her, like, on my heart. I can't tell her, though. She doesn't like tattoos. She got real upset when she saw the tattoo I got for my grandpa. But anyway, that's my awesome grandma. Thank y'all for hanging out and listening to me telling all those stories. Pro play! Pro play! Pro play! No! That didn't happen. Snake, there are lasers. Well, it's something you should have brought to my attention yesterday!